topic 3-3, part 2. Some expressions containing exponents include a different relationship, so they require a different property to simplify. So let's look at this example here. Here we have 5 squared inside the parentheses, so we have a power raised to another power of 3. So we first have 5 squared, and that is being cubed. Remember, what does it mean to raise something to the third power? No matter what's inside these parentheses, raised to the third power, I need to write it down 3 times and multiply it times itself. So that's what I'm doing. I'm multiplying 5 squared times 5 squared times 5 squared. Well, if we go back to our previous rule, think about it. 5 squared means 5 times 5. 5 squared means 5 times 5. And 5 squared means 5 times 5. How many total 5s do I have here? I end up, you see that I'm multiplying all of these 5s together. Think back, if you add exponents, that's 2 plus 2 plus 2. Well, 2 plus 2 is 4, and 4 plus 2 gives you 5 to the 6th. So looking at this problem, I had 5 squared cubed. That was the same thing as writing 5 squared times 5 squared times 5 squared. At that point, I could have just simply added those exponents, 2 plus 2 plus 2, and got 6. But remember, multiplication is repeated addition. Do you notice a relationship between 2 and 3 and the final answer? Rather than adding 2 plus 2 plus 2, why can't we just multiply 2 times 3 and get 6? And this leads us up to our next rule. Power of a power. Excuse me. Section 3.3, power of a power. To find the power of a power, multiply the exponents. Look at this arithmetic form. 5 squared raised to another power of 3. Power of 2 raised to power of 3. Our rule says multiply the exponents. 2 times 3 gives you 6. So 5 squared cubed gives you 5 to the 6th. Look at the algebra formula. A to the power of m raised to the higher power of n. Multiply the 2. When you write 2 letters side by side, that's multiplication. Where a cannot be equal to 0 and m and n are integers. So let's look at some more examples. Simplifying powers of powers. 10 cubed squared. Again, a number being raised to a power that's being raised on to a higher power. It's being raised on to a higher power. So, you simply multiply the exponents. That's 10 to the 3 times 2 would give you 10 to the 6th power. Keeping the base and multiplying the 2 exponents. Let's look at another example. B, x cubed raised to the 4th power. Keep the x and simply multiply 3 times 4 so we get x to the 12th. You only multiply exponents when one exponent's inside and one exponent is outside. One more example. A to the 5th power raised on to the higher power of 6. Multiply those 2 exponents. You get a to the 30th. So your final answers to these 3 examples were when you multiplied the exponents.